Sometimes the first move you make determines your chance of victory. Right there, I knew it was over. Hey everyone, this is the Gerblet here. Thanks for tuning in. I just called myself the Gerblet. You all are the Gerblets. I'm the Gerbil. I gotta get that straight. Anyway, welcome back. This is my April 16th Grand Arena. And it's not really a very eventful one, but there are a couple of inspirational moments to take from this. Lesson number 1, Jawas. Jawas help remind us that GAC is not necessarily the place to experiment. See, that opening clip, we're going to get back to that in a couple minutes, but I always open up with the turn meter boost from whichever Jawa that is doing whichever special that was. He has 3 moves. One of them passes 45% turn meter to all Jawas. The other one heals and revives. And then the basic, I don't even remember. I always pass the 45% turn meter. I always win. Today I decided, let's see what happens if we just do a basic. And because we did the basic, Jawa Engineer did not get the bonus turn meter to take a turn before the Geos to put himself into stealth, and then he got eaten. I hate that word, eated. Deleted? I like that better. He got deleted. He got pwned. And then, of course, when he dies, well, that's it. The team loses because he's the engine that pushes out all those thermal detonators. So, a little Utini madness there. GAC in Kyber is not the place you experiment with your play order. At least, not when you know what works. Right? I knew what works. I knew how to beat those Geos. But I gave up a loss. Oh well. This one actually had me, for some reason, worried. This Mon Mothma team was pretty solid. And I deliberated and debated big time about who to take in there. And I eventually settled on Darth Revan. Complicated, long story. I'd have to show you all the pictures. I'm not going to, but I went with Revan, but I was still nonetheless a little worried just because, I got Malik. I don't know why I'm worried. It's the banners, yo. I just want the banners. Like I said before, banners make me warm. They give me that fuzzy, warm, happy feeling. Here, there's an epic video of Cubs fan taking in gas. I think it's Cubs fan taking in gas that people reference in Discord all the time, where he tries to solo Night Sisters and just gets stunned down for eternity. So I've learned from that one, lesson 2, when up against Night Sisters, don't solo it with gas. Put in at least 1 or 2 clones. In this situation, I didn't even need them. Yeah, it just worked out that way. But hey, whatever. 66 banners, we'll take the win. Now what is this? We got some Mando action up there. I cannot wait for Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Season 2.5 was pretty good. Book of Boba Fett. It was alright. It just didn't... I don't know. It felt too much like a video game, actually. It kind of did, right? The Tusken stuff was all really great. I loved the Tusken stuff. A little slow, but I liked it. I especially loved the lizard that ran up his nose, and he's all like, "It got away from me." It's like, it went into you, bro. I'm sorry. If a lizard climbed up my nose, I would be freaking out. Like, I would be panicking. Oh, man. He just kind of took it in stride. Like, yeah, that happened. It got away from me. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert right there. But when they got beyond the Tuskens, with the mods and the Vespa crew and stuff, I really feel that in reflection, Book of Boba Fett kind of fell apart to me. It may not be a popular opinion, but hear me out. I'll chat about it just for a second. First off, those neon pink and vibrant colored Vespas don't fit at all. Not even close. That I don't think anybody can agree that happens. Secondly, all those modifications that they're doing, that stuff can't be cheap. Of course, they're showing off those guys have money because of the bikes they're riding, but look at the rest of Tatooine. Does any of it look like anybody there is particularly wealthy? I mean, they're farming water, for crying out loud. Yep, there it is. Deleted Jawa engineer. So in a world that is so poor, where do you have room for basically like 20-somethings with the money to mod themselves for fun or fashion or whatever? It just doesn't work. And then the climactic scene where Mando and Boba hold up in the Oasis, I think that was the name of the bar, the club, I don't remember. That whole thing felt like a video game. I mean, the battle with all of the Pikes who just get annihilated, you know, they all get one shot, pew pew pew, they're all down. But you know, the characters that we're playing, Mando and Boba, they can take 4, 5, 6, 20, 30, 40 shots to the chest and they're okay. Yes, I know they have Beskar. But that's actually a problem that's come up in the series, that a lot of fans are starting to realize that these guys are appearing invincible, which is deliberate why they had the Mando get his leg sliced open in that one episode. They want to show that he is mortal and can be hurt. But nonetheless, let's go back to the street fight. So they know an army is coming after them. So what do? They spread out on a random day, and that leaves Black Chrysanthemum by himself, right? I'm like, okay, that's kind of awkward. And then the two Gamorreans, they don't even fight, right? I think everybody kind of agrees that was super annoying. Like, of all of the quote unquote good guys who get killed, and there's only a couple of them, two of them in the most visual way that got killed were the Gamorrean guards, who had been loyal to Boba this whole time and hadn't done anything bad as far as we can tell. And they don't even really fight back. They just allow themselves to get pushed off the edge of a cliff. So it felt very xenophobic. Kill the green guys, keep all the humans alive. And I just, in a galaxy like Star Wars, I don't like that. Kill a few humans, kill a few green guys, we're all good. I can't believe I just said that. Kill a few humans, we're all good. Haha. Don't take that out of context, please. But then what happens? So they hunker down, they're getting defeated, and then out of nowhere, reinforcements come in. Okay, they got their reinforcements that come in from Freetown or whatever they called it, and they got that big heavy metal vehicle that they drive in on, and suddenly they're doing good again. Pew pew pew, bunch of Pikes go down, and then the big droid mechs show up. And those things have the firepower to blow that vehicle to smithereens, like shoot right through it basically. But later they can't shoot through a stucco brick wall. Like, what? That was so dumb. And then so they fight off the little guys, the Pikes, then they fight off the robots, and then Rancor time. And then at the end, the final boss, Cad Bane, shows up. And if you've ever played like any 90s, early 2000s style action Nintendo games with the side-scrolling like original Contra series, then you know what I'm talking about. And you know in retrospect, that's exactly what that scene was. It was defeat the endless hordes of bad guys with one shot, Contra. Then you got the first boss, the mechs, the second boss, the Rancor, and then the Cad Bane, the final boss, or whatever order it happened in. I only watched the series once. I will go back and rewatch it someday. But even as I was watching it, I was thinking about this. And I was like, okay, we're just one-upping. There was just so much happening at the end of Book of Boba Fett that I felt was too cartoony, too out of place. Like, all of the Tusken stuff that led up to that was rather believable. in the context of science fiction Star Wars. It was like, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then suddenly Boba's riding a Rancor through the city that he just got. We've never even seen him train with it. We just saw him receive it as a pet and or a tribute. And at that point, honestly, I kept wondering if that was a secret ploy to kill Boba. I was like, are these people hoping the Rancor will eat him? And I thought that would have been an interesting plot twist, to have the Rancor turn on him, and then we have this Boba Fett versus Rancor battle scene. But of course it didn't work out that way, and that's okay, that's fine. But I thought that would have been interesting. But no, what happened is he receives it as a gift, and then almost 0 time later, he's riding it. I'm just like, no, not buying that one either. It just doesn't jive with me. I don't know. I could be wrong. But man, I'll tell you what I really am excited for is Andor and Kenobi. I think Andor is going to be great. And I think Andor is going to give us some really good backstory and more glimpses at the rebels and stuff. Like in Rogue One, the battle over Scarif, most people don't realize it, but Hera is there at that battle. You can actually hear her name being called out over a PA system. There's a scene where they're walking in the base, in a rebel base, preparing for the battle, and you hear them summon her. She gets summoned to some place, I don't know. You can also see Ghost, the ship, in a couple of scenes. When they drop out of hyperspace over Scarif to attack, you can see Ghost is in the fleet formation, and then you can also see it parked earlier in the movie at that rebel base where her name is called. So it would be cool to get some Phoenix love. And you got to think about this through the mindset or the perspective of Capital Games. Now, they're in this to make money. I mean, it's in their name of the company, Capital Games, right? Make money from games. And that's fair. I mean, that's the whole reason they're making this, is to make money. And I don't blame them for that. I don't fault them for that. Their packs are outrageous. I would spend a lot more, honestly, if they would reduce the prices, but then maybe we would advance too quickly in the game. I don't know. I think it's reasonable to unlock a character and be able to play it the same year. I think that's reasonable. But whatever. CG doesn't agree. So they're making these games to make money. So how can they continue to make money? Well, you can introduce new content and get people to buy it, or you can get people to invest in content they already have but is not fully optimized. That definitely sounds like Phoenix and Rogue One. Neither of those two squads are viable in the slightest at the Kyber level. Now, some of you probably have a Relic 7 Phoenix team and are going to disagree with me, and you might be right. I mean, hell, I've got Relic 7 Ewoks, right? But it also comes back to like my prediction that Profundity is coming. That was the flagship in Rogue One. I definitely think it's coming, and Andor, I think, may help us get there, which, by the way, Andor is supposed to come out this year, like this summer maybe. It was due last year, but got delayed because of COVID. So I'm hoping Andor brings us some more Rebel love to the game. We've got 9 Rebel starfighters now and 1 capital ship, so that's clearly an imbalance that needs to get fixed. And I think that they're going to do it. I mean, Resistance has, what, 4 ships in a capital? 4-1? So if they bring in a second capital, then we have a 5-1 and a 4-1. It's on par with them. But I also think we're going to get more Rebel ships. Oh, hey, what the hell did we just watch right there? Padme destroying Ackbar, and I just left because when I started that excuse me, when I started that, I just had a conversation with a couple people on YouTube about whether or not Chirrut or Bistan is better, and I thought, well, let's experiment with Bistan. He does hit a lot harder. He triple shots on his basic, and he's an attacker, and so he will be assisting with the lower health even at Relic 7. And then he's got a non-attacking special, and he's got a crap load of turn meter gain opportunity. So I thought, yeah, okay, let's give it a go. And I was looking at my opponent's lineup, and I thought, well, who do we got? Okay, this is a mediocre Padme team, and it's got Death Troop or Dark Trooper weirdness. So I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And then as soon as it started, I just wanted to slap my face because I was like, oh my god, Padme gives bonus protection every time you assist out a turn, and that's all Admiral Omicron does. Oh. So I tried and realized I was never really going to break through Kenobi's insane protection buildup. What that team needs for success, what Ackbar needs, is a way to get past tanks. Right now, there is none that I can see. Odie and Baze and Chirrut don't do it. Han Solo, Princess Leia, they don't do it. Biggs and Biston, Pow, Wedge, none of them do it. Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of any rebel who could effectively go into that team. I think K2SO does. I'd have to look at the kit. I think K2 can remove taunt, but he doesn't fit in that team, and he sucks outside of a few niche situations. See, back to Rogue One. If CG wants to spend the time developing new things, fine. That's a capital investment of their own to achieve that. However, if they can just add a few features here or there, tweak a kit or add an Omicron or whatever, then they can cause substantial focus to be reapplied on existing characters that people have not geared up. Like my Ackbar team. I geared it because we got 2 good Omicrons for it. You know, there's actually quite a few teams like that, like Wampa. A lot of people got Wampa for Kenobi, but a lot of people don't have Kenobi or not pursuing Kenobi, so they don't care about Wampa. But now that Omicron hit the shelf, we all watch it on Arnold and Cubs and here, and we're like, oh my god, Wampa is pretty darn good. Suddenly everybody's gearing Wampa. And of course, on the pathway to gearing is where CG makes their money, because people just get impatient and buy those last gear pieces or crystals or whatever we need. You know, we're pretty much all guilty of it. That was easy. And now Geos. We got to clean up the Geos. So yeah, that right there is already overkill, right? But I don't care. At this point, I'm trying to be extra cautious because, well, I've botched 2 matches, Padme and Geos. Can you even believe it? I couldn't. Very disappointing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I have no idea if I talked about anything interesting or not. I really don't know. I'm thinking about doing a slight modification to the starting next GAC, where I'm thinking I might just show the highlights, like maybe my top 5 matches rather than the full thing. Let me know if you all would prefer that, or if you actually enjoy having the whole GAC here. I don't know. If you really enjoy the whole GAC, let me know. But a few people like Skullturix do just highlight videos, and people seem to like it. So I don't know, maybe shorter videos are good. Yep, see, like I said, overkill, but guaranteed win. And time for ships. Stupid ships. I love ships. So this is a matchup that I really feel I should have won right here. There are multiple decision points that could have gone either way. I'm going to lose this battle. But my Rebel fleet versus a 4-star Executor normally wins. That was an okay open, but not great. That was okay. We got the double tap there. Now here's where it gets iffy. Do I cleanse the breach so that I can take off taunt and kill Razor Crest, or do I triple shot AoE? And I went for the AoE. I don't know. I don't think it would have made a difference because they immediately put breach back on Han's Millennium Falcon. But see, this is just going so bad at the moment. Alright, so we call in Cassian. And with Cassian now, we can totally take out Razor Crest or Cad Bane, but we still had breach, so we couldn't. Why did we not get rid of breach? I don't know why. Oh, yeah, because breach doesn't. Cassian doesn't cleanse, he removes the buffs. Okay, so now nobody has breach. and taunts down. Reaches up back up. No, it's not. There we go. So now we can kill off somebody. I don't know why I went for IG. I mean, it is a one-shot kill, but I probably should have just made sure I take out Razor Crest. But we get him. So right now, I'm sitting pretty happy. I'm like, I got this. I got this. And then Piston goes down. I'm like, okay, this is going to be really tough. I don't think I got this. And then I realized we got the Perma Breach, and I'm like, it's over. Once that Perma Breach is there, the Rebels are pretty much screwed because you can't get rid of the taunt. So now you have to kill Houndstooth. So who do I call in? In a second, I'm going to call in Y-Ring because everyone says Y-Wing is not so bad. My summation of experiences and deliberate testing, Y-Wing almost guarantees that I lose against Executor because that never succeeds. The torpedo never lands properly in my experiences on Houndstooth. And so he maintains his protection recoveries. And because of that, I can't kill him. I think I do it. I get 2 opportunities here to do it, and it's gonna whiff both times. But I tune in to other people's videos and it's like first shot done. And I'm like, how? And it does question in my mind, like, are people only showing the instances where it works? Another problem with the Y-Wing is he hits so lightly, he will never do enough damage to counter the growth and protection that Houndstooth has. I don't remember if I tried again or not, but yep, there goes Y-Wing. So Y-Wing almost guarantees that Houndstooth stays alive, in my experiences. I could be totally wrong. Maybe it is working for other people. I don't know how I dodged that. But Jiminy Cricket right there. Wasn't that frustrating? So that guarantees I can't clear fleets. And pretty much guarantees I lose the GAC. We need more ships, CG. We need more ships. All right. Once again, thanks for watching. I will catch y'all later with highlights of next GAC and whatever else I decide to make. Let me know if there's something you want to see in the comments below, and I will try my best to do it. See you later, folks.